Welcome back to PFI, guys. We have been doing roll cages. Jamie's cage, we're doing a 25.5 and getting it ready for this season. We've got some big goals, and we ran out of cage last year. The cert was good to 8.5. We needed to be capable of going a little faster than that, so we went ahead, cut the old cage out, started a new cage in that. We took his old cage, and we're putting it in Steven's little car here. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock those out. But that's where we're at. So we're gonna get to work and start busting this thing out. All right. So the last stuff we need to do is the floor stuff. We have this bar done, and this bar done. Now, since this car has got a unibody construction, it does not need this diagonal, it does not need this X, and it does not need that diagonal. So all we have to do is attach this front bar and attach this bar and these back two, and that is it for this. All right, so we got some jack stands under it. It is in the air. We have scooted both arms off to the side. Now we're gonna go up with the car. We're gonna try to lower it as far as it'll go, and then that'll help us to get the bottom all welded up. And then we bring it back up, and then we put the X bars in, and then we finish the funny car cage on that side. So, and then we just do, we're gonna do some front tubes as well. But once we get those ones done, the chassis is complete, and that's everything.
As I'm throwing this down there.
Woo! Oh yeah, all that helps. Every little bit of that helps for sure.
Okay.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Making some space. And it's hanging low. I can see it down there. Chocks are on it.
Yeah, there's a chock.
She thought about taking off. It's weird not having the diagonals in there.
Yeah.
So we went over the rule book, and Steven found a spot in there that said we didn't have to put the diagonals or the X in the middle or the diagonal on this one because it's in a unibody chassis.
Well, because we haven't cut the floor out. So
Yeah.
basically the A-pillar where the door jams, or where the hinges, if that is still attached to the floor the factory way, and if at the door jamb where it meets up with the latch, if that whole pillar is still attached to the floor factory from side to side, you don't have to do the crosses. You just have to do the seatbelt bar.
And the rocker run, or the rocker thing.
Yep.
And we may have to come down a little bit right now. But
Yeah, that's kind of why I stopped. I was
Yeah.
talking, and I was like, oh crap, maybe too high.
I should be able to get to everything though.
You want me to come down a touch?
Yeah, just a touch.
Okay, let me come down and then back up.
Cause I'll get the.
At a lock.
All right.
About there, you like?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I'm just gonna come down onto the lock.
All right. Now I can see what we're doing.
Yeah.
Get these all welded up. Stuff her back
So
in.
you see how we had to put the lift to get it that low?
Yeah, we had to widen it way out. Tires are on the edge,
Yeah.
but it's cool. It's gonna work. All right, let's weld her up. My good friend Rob stopped by. Check out his YouTube channel. He's got all kinds of good stuff on there. But he cut out our floor plates and these little plugs. And these little plugs will just go to the face of these tubes. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock these out next. But he's the man.
Twisted Iron LLC.
Very
See how
cool.
our fun project's going.
All right, guys, so I just finished welding the entire bottom here. Got her all capped off, and this is looking great. So since it's in the unibody, the rules say we don't need a diagonal here, an X here, or a diagonal from there to there. So that is why we're not putting those in. It'll actually help us tuck the cage up into the chassis more, make this a little bit simpler and clean too. So looking sharp. Now we got the jacks out. We're gonna lower the car down onto the jacks and jack the cage back in, and then we'll start up on the next batch of stuff, which is the door bars, the 2 X's, the steering column, finish the funny car cage, the part that connects to the door bar, and then some front tubes. So I'm getting close. Keep pushing away, that's for sure. And then that's on to Stevens. And get that little ride going. Yeah, the front's got to come up.
We gotta go up on the side.
You got both jacks under there, or just the
Yeah.
one?
Not that far forward, come back just a little bit. Yep.
Red paint, that's how close it is. All right, so this side is up. We've got the floor notched here for this tube. We have that tube right there kind of holding this side down a little bit, so we're working on that, and then once this is all up, then we can start fastening this thing down. All right, so we have some room. It is close, but we have some space there. See, you push down on the roof, but that's all the way up now. The front is all the way up, and really looking sharp. So now we've got to do these X bars.
If we throw the seat in real quick, we can make this bar real quick. Because the up bars will be fine. It's just this one.
Oh yeah, it's gonna. Yeah.
This one's going to be the hard one to weld without moving it.
Yep.
The other one's fine.
Yep.
So if we throw the seat in, figure out where this one's got to go, make it, tack it, let it down a little bit, weld it.
Sure.
Then we could do the plates.
Get the seat back in here. Now we're gonna see where the door bar needs to be in relation to Jamie's arm and shoulder. You know, when you build a cage like this, you want to build it for the guy driving the car. So that's kind of a key ingredient here. So they're gonna throw a couple bolts in the seat, have him sit in it, and sit back. But man, I'm really liking how close this is. If you guys remember, the old cage was literally, what, 6 to 8 inches back?
At least.
Now you can see
Behind the seat.
the extended tube on the main hip, so it's still.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's sitting in Steven's car if you want to show.
So you can see that piece right there. That's the piece that was there.
I'm not into the roof here, am I? No?
Nope, it's pushing down.
Perfect.
That front jack does sink, so.
I don't know if you want to take a tape measure and hold it down there.
Yeah, I'm
and
gonna.
up here.
I was thinking like somewhere right in there.
So
Up to that point there, yeah. I'm gonna go a little past this.
I'd go like 53 to make it.
53.5, yeah. Yeah, that works.
It in.
Yep. Next on the list.
yeah,
Door bars.
if we do those two,
Well, the outside can be smaller, right?
the one going up can be 1.25 inches.
I'm talking-
that
that's-
one's 1.5 inches and then
Yeah.
1.25 inches.
That helps.
We will need to be able to let it down though to do this bar, because you have to weld the bar here to go off of this down to the.
Hopefully I can weld a lot of that with a roof off. I'm not sure.
No, that one's gonna be.
It's another pleasant one, because to let it down, this side's not gonna let it go much, and that's why I was trying to like plan it for like up in here somewhere, so I could let it down a little bit. But
well, no, that's gonna be the. Oh, that is the down one.
yeah, it could be. It can land like right in here. That would help. It's not perfect, but it'd help.
But if the back will let down, you should be able to get this, because it's only got to come down like this one.
Yeah.
This is just going to be from here
Yeah.
down, and it's going to have a little bend out.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
It's essentially that. Yep. I freaking love it though. It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
It really is nice. Your space is good. It really does look sharp. Okay, so we just tossed the door bar in real quick, just to tack her in and see how it is, and
It's a million times better than the old one. The old one was so low, it was about here.
yeah,
Honestly, it was at my hip.
yeah.
And then there'll be a bar right here.
Yep. Bar from here to here, and then from here to there, and then we'll
From
have
here
our
to
X's.
here,
Yep.
and it's still plenty of area to get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is looking rad. This is super cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So I'm in this back corner, and what you can see right now, I've got it pretty exposed. But when this is all put together, this is all way back. So this little part right here is actually right about here. So you can't weld this. So what I've had to do is lower the front, leave the back. I sank it just a little bit, and then drop the nose, and right down to where that bar is touching now. So that's about as far as I can go. So I still have a little bit of fiddling I'm gonna have to do right in here, but we sure will get it. I'm gonna go ahead and get this cleaned up right through here, and then start welding and see if I can't get all the way around this tube. That's the goal.
Rodeo's got me looking like a bad, bad girl. I should go before I'm a no. Forbidden fruit is not always right. Make way for change. Oh, shitty train. I know for certain I'm insane. Nothing can live here. The mud is so deep, I can't see. Now take me to another country, let me start over. Oh, I long for green hills with meals and four-leaf clover.
You know, like I try to get them as tight as I can, but like still, like it's
This was the hardest.
It's all the little things, you know, but that's what turns the cane from say 60, 70 hours, you know, to 120. Like all the little things, you know, like a bend in this bar, like 2 bends in this bar, or like, you know, like the dumb shit like what Kyle wanted with this.
This
one.
was the hardest part for me to
You
do.
guys should have called me. I'd have
Yeah. This one, it was.
It's fine.
It was
How many
fun.
times did you make it? Twice?
I only one of them.
Because you
What's
so
up the
this
first
is this is like a compound bend, right? Like you
Because
bend
the
one of
car's
these,
like
and you have
this.
to clock it in the bender this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I could have just told you, I already have, like you could have clocked this 25 degrees in the bender this way, and it would have put you tight as like just like the other thing I did, it's all the way up against it the whole way. I like it. Yeah, it just makes it hard because it's like a compound bend. You gotta bend it plus clock it.
Yeah. And the clock's what I didn't do on the first one. Because I was sitting inside the car when I guesstimated these
Yeah,
bends, and so I didn't take into consideration that it's wider here than here.
Yep. That's good.
And we had to bust what out?
Bust the
Mirror.
mirror out.
No, I've done mirror welding, but not this one.
That just sucks.
Yeah.
Will you actually blind yourself looking backwards or something? It doesn't so easy.
This one is actually, every tube has been in a good spot.
Yeah, I mean, there's also like, you know, like this thing's got a bubble to it, so you can only get the bars so tight, you know? Like, you get them? Yep, I did.
And then this one can be 1.25 inches.
Yeah, I think it's got to come down to like here.
Yeah.
So you like the suspension on Sho'nuff?
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was Steven. Steven made all that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was like. It makes sense. Just reuse that arm and just attach it back up. Jamie over here fabbing stuff up and notching stuff and clocking stuff, and
It's awesome.
Somehow it fits too.
that's always a good thing.
I can't yell at Hayden for the cage being 3 feet back.
Right. Can't yell at you for bringing me a car with a stock seat that must be leaned all the way back. Like,
He does G-lean his seats.
God, that's what he told me.
So
like, listen,
originally,
I'm gonna put 3 feet in at some point.
so the cage was that far back because it
Someone
wasn't
wanted
supposed
that.
to go this fast. It was supposed to still be a street car, so I wanted to be able to G-lean.
Yeah, that looks great.
Nice.
Yep. You want to retack this one for me?
Yep, I do. All right, guys, I know we've been working a lot, but this thing is coming along. I got all the welding done on the driver enclosure area. Everything on the floor is done. Right now, they are doing these plates. So we went ahead and had Rob cut the plates. As you guys saw, we had Rob cut the plates, and we went ahead, drilled the hole where it needed to be, and then cut them in half. Steven made them all on paper first, so we knew where they'd go. And then I can just TIG around here and then weld these. Weld this all to the floor, and that'll be good to go. What do you think of your cage, Jay?
Love it, man. we're so close.
I know. We've been pushing pretty good, and it's really looking sharp. I'm really pleased with it. Glad you're stoked out, because I'm stoked out. This thing looks incredible.
Yeah, I love it.
So you want to run through real quick what we got left and
So
what we'll be tackling next?
pretty much we're gonna weld the back floor plates in. Then we gotta jack the front up a touch, weld those floor plates. Then we can final weld all the floor plates. We've got the 2 down bars that go from the hoop to the back plates. We gotta do a parachute mount. We gotta mount the steering column.
New mount for that.
Yeah, just one. We got to put a couple tabs to mount the dash, and then we'll probably plate right here, run a bar from this to the strut tower, plate this side, run a bar from here down to somewhere in here, just strengthen up.
Just the shock tower.
Tie
So-
the shock tower to the cage,
make
and
it all
then the shock
rigid.
tower to the front of the frame there on both sides. So
Yeah, I'm really happy with it though.
yeah.
It really does look good.
And it's this bar, we could wait to do these until we get like the motor in with like the fuel pump and stuff, so we see where everything goes. But if we get these back ones in for sure now, that'd be perfect. Because these we kind of need to figure out. Like I do have a lot of stuff going on right there.
We got to make sure we're away from what you got going on. That's
So
for sure.
if we wait on doing these front two, those ones will be easy with stuff there, you know.
Easier.
Easier.
Yeah.
Because we can, you know, we can figure out, we can get them bent and where they need to go, and then we can like pull the headlight and pull the gas tank real quick.
Get it all. And I want to put a little bracer on the tank in case something
for
hit
sure.
the wall and stuff.
For sure.
Something I wanted to do. The
And
weight
there's a
plate
lot of-
is a good enclosure, but
There's a lot of people that have commented how close the gas tank is to this tire. It is missing one mount right now.
yeah, it does
And-
get away.
And these tires are huge compared to the 6.
Yep.
There's a lot of room between the tank and the tire.
But man, what a transformation.
I know. I never planned for this thing to need this, but I'm glad we did need it.
Yeah. It's going to go a lot faster. Whew. Well, I think we're going to call it there for the video tonight. It's great progress and it's almost done. Pretty stoked about it.
Yeah.
We'll return and we'll make more progress and get this thing knocked out. And then I'm jumping on Stevens and knock this thing out. We've kind of got stuff laid out in here, so it should go pretty quick. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. We appreciate you guys watching. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys all tomorrow. All right, give you guys a little update on Sho'nuff. So our good friend had sent us some Deutsches, so we got those into a plug here, and we've got everything all laid out now. I just need to get a couple fans and then tie these into there, get that all organized, and this thing will be back up and going, and we'll get her back on the roller, put some weight on that clutch, and see if we can't make some power.
Turn up the fuel pressure. That's,
Yeah,
you know, we were in the middle of that.
we still got to get that done.